Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to the best bets for the upcoming UFC 330 Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. I have my girlfriend asleep right next to me, and I don't feel like I should be very loud. We're going to try not to wake her up for this entire thing. We should be okay. I'm going to give you guys some best bets and some best props for the entire card. Should be easy, should be light, and we should win. Let's go on to the first bet of the evening. We'll end with, I believe, the 7th of the night, and with a parlay maybe or a cycle. First bet of the evening, Metabek Otobai versus Jeremiah Wells. This fight not to go distance, sitting at a minus 220 is probably the best pick. You have Metabek Otobai at finish at a minus 185. I don't think it's worth it. Just in case Wells chins him with the old man power, you can just pay 40 cents and just get the fight not to go distance. Most likely Otobai getting a submission. But we're just going to just play it safe, stay away from the KO or submission line, and just pick not to go distance. Now, for the next one, we're taking Vicente Luque plus 3.5 against Trejan Gore. I don't think Trejan Gore is going to be able to knock out Vicente Luque. The grappling approach from Luque is just going to be too much. Gore's been controlled by a lot of guys on the ground. Hasn't had much takedown defense throughout his career. Usually comes on strong later in fights, and I don't think it's going to happen here. I think he's going to probably get tagged up pretty bad. I think Vicente Luque is probably just going to drop him to the floor probably every single round and just control him on the ground until he submits him or decisions him to a 29-28. We're taking the plus 3.5 just in case Gore comes on strong late and Vicente Luque fades. The brain bleed still plays in the back of my head, and I don't feel like I want to risk it, so we're just going to stay away from Luque on the line and just make it a best bet by playing the 3.5. Pay the extra little cash that you can get for that line, and you might as well just play it safe. Next one, we're going with Chidi Njokuani versus Joel Alvarez. We're going with Joel Alvarez to get it done, but we're going to take not to go distance. Joel Alvarez sitting at a minus 155 to finish is probably a better price if you're confident in Joel Alvarez. I just think Chidi Njokuani has some of the best Muay Thai in the entire UFC, so I'm going to stay away from that and stick with the fact that most likely this fight's not getting to a scorecard. Most likely someone's getting finished, and most likely it will be Chidi Njokuani on the floor. But just in case Joel Alvarez fades like he did in the third round against, I think it was Chris Curtis or something. Who did he fight? He fought someone recently. Let me just double check this. Joel Alvarez. He fought someone in a decision. Yeah, Vicente Luque. Yeah, it's a red flag for me, but whatever. We're still taking Joel Alvarez on most of our parlays, most likely. But we're going not to go distance for Joel Alvarez and Chidi Njokuani. I think it pays pretty good in this parlay already. Sitting at a plus 236. It's okay. $50 gets you back, 160, 170. There you go. I mean, I think it's worth it already. But we move on. Edson Barboza versus Esteban Vivovic. This fight is not going distance. You could play under 2.5 rounds, which is a bit of a better price, which I think I will. I honestly, under 1.5 rounds, Esteban Vivovic to get a knockout in the first round at plus 185 is probably big value for you. Or it's sitting at plus 200 now. I don't know why a lot of money is coming on Edson Barboza late, but he is not getting out of this fight. There is no chance, after seeing him get absolutely starched by Jalen Turner, that I'm watching Edson Barboza make it to the end of the fight. He's not seeing scorecards, and Esteban Vivovic being, a short guy with 69 inches of reach at lightweight or welterweight, whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's lightweight. I don't think Edson Barboza ever moved up, but he's going to get tagged up, dude. He's going to have Esteban Vivovic in his face. He's going to throw those wild combinations like he did against Terrence McKinney. He's going to get tagged up. He's going to get blitzed out, and he most likely is going down. So we're going to go under 2.5 rounds in that fight. Either Barboza's leg kicking him to a finish, or Esteban Vivovic is putting him out cold early. Another one that you can tag along if you really want to, Mansour Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stoltzfus. This fight's probably not going distance. Mansour Abdul Malik, every single one of his fights have not gone to a decision, including the third round TKO loss over Yusri Belgawi. Malik has just continuously been a good finisher, a good knockout player as well. But Dustin Stoltzfus has survived some big strikers. Submission might be a good play for Mansour, sitting at a plus 525 for value, but not to go distance would probably play pretty well. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not putting this on I would probably pick -3.5 Mansour Abdul-Malik, if I'm being honest. I don't think Dustin Stoltzfus is that good, but I'm not confident enough in him. Watching him get TKO'd by Yusri Belgalri, and I picked Belgalri in that fight. It exposed a lot of the stand-up, and I don't know if Dustin Stoltzfus, especially after that knockout of Marc-Andre Barriault, those are just red flags flying everywhere for me. Mark almost put him out, but got put out himself. Next, Jalen Turner versus Cowie Fernandez. This fight is not going distance, sitting on -390. You're going to take under 2.5, -300 basically. Perfect line, honestly. It's not going out of the first round, most likely. It's either going to be Cowie Fernandez with the nasty leg kicks and putting Jalen Turner down in the second round, or it's going to be Jalen Turner overcoming Cowie Fernandez's speed and athleticism and just putting him down in the first round like he did a majority of his competition. Turner's not making it into a scorecard. He literally never does. And Cowie Fernandez, big knockout kicker. He's got a lot of good stand-up, and he's probably going to put it towards Jalen Turner early, and it's going to pay dividends in that second round because Turner loves to fade later on. Under 2.5, -300, adds to your parlays. And that would be the fifth bet. I guess the sixth bet was the Mansour Abdul-Malik. I guess we'll throw that in there just so everybody can see it here, not to go distance. And at -3.5, honestly. Should we just play -3.5 on that one? And then another bet that I really like, Charles Johnson, money line. Eduardo Henrique has not fought any level of competition that I could even think of that is close to what Charles Johnson has. And I think I'm confident in it. I think this looks good. I think we can play to our strengths here. And I think if we just expand this a little bit more here. Let's just see here. You can see here, that's 7-pick parlay, taking a 15-1. $50 gets you back $832. It's a little bit too much for a big parlay like that. I would put $20 on it, but that to me seems like a solid parlay. If you want to take Charles Johnson off, I guess you could, but I think this is all going to win. I think at least, I guess I should move my camera a little bit. I think at least, at least 5 of these are hitting, if not 6, if not all of them. I'm pretty confident in every single one of these. The only one that I would be stressing a little bit is probably Mansour Abdul-Malik, 3.5. It's purely because that line saying I'm -340 is a little bit hefty. Malik by finish is like -280 or something like that. Like, it's not really a good price. Or no, I guess by finish would probably be sitting at like a -155. Let me just double check. I guess it would be closer to a 55, right? Yeah, -155. Yeah, see, I know the math. That's pretty bad. Not bad though. 15-1. If you guys are looking for just straight bets, if you want to you don't like playing like over unders and stuff, you just want to play really good, solid picks. Medebek Otobai by finish is probably a very, very solid one. Vicente Luque plus 3.5, very, very solid. Joel Alvarez -3.5. I mean, do you really think Chidi Njokuani is going to come back and look good? Probably not. I mean, he's way too big for the weight class. It's just absolutely massive. Esteban Rivovic -3.5. There's no way Edson Barboza makes it out. And then you have Jalen Turner, Cowie Fernandez. Take Jalen Turner as a even money line. That's all I got for you guys. That's all you need. That's all the bets that you really need. That's actually, before we leave, just take a look at it. It's a plus 750. That's a really, really solid plus 750 for a 5-pick. A 5-pick's way too easy for that. That's actually insane. That's really good value. And if you want to pick a cycle parlay, you go Medebek Otobai. Honestly, probably by knockout. Let me just double check. I think Wells is a solid grappler, but I think he's going to get submitted. Like, I really think he's going to get submitted. Carlston Harris got him in an Anaconda. Yeah, we're taking Medebek Otobai by submission. I'll take Vicente Luque by decision. Is that even worth it? Vicente Luque has a lot of finishes in career. I think he's got majority fit. Yeah, he's a majority finisher. Anaconda, Dars. What does Trejan Gore get finished by, though? He gets knocked out. They have Luque subbing him. I mean, I guess if you really want to play it, you could. Let me just think here. Let me just think. You probably take... I guess we can take... You know what? This is probably better here. We're gonna go Joel Alvarez by. I think that one's probably gonna be knockout. Let me just check here again. Chitty's been subbed a lot, but the knockouts are flowing here. Michael Jacek, Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. Okay, we're gonna go Esteban Rivich by knockout at -135, and then we will take. Ooh, what's a good one to take to a decision? I guess Charles Johnson by decision. Plus 190. I don't know if I like that. What if you take Vicente Luque over 1.5? What does that pay? Oh, plus 210. I like that. Bang. We're gonna do that. Vicente Luque over 1.5 rounds. Medebek Otobai by submission. Esteban Rivich KO TKO DQ. If you really want to, I guess you can take Vicente Luque by submission as well. I mean, he's got really nasty anaconda chokes. The TKOs haven't been coming that much, seeing as he's getting a lot older. But the Calvin Gastelum, dropping Calvin Gastelum was huge. I think it's really solid. You know what? We are gonna. You know what? Go big or go home. We're gonna go Vicente Luque by finish. $25 gives you back 440. Not bad. Gives you solid value. Gives you enough to look forward to something at least. That's all I got for you guys today. That's your best bets. Just quick, just solid. I'll see you guys all later.